Well, good evening, everyone. We appreciate you joining us tonight. We're excited about you being here at partner.co. We're going to give you some information I'm excited about sharing with you. I'm Fred Duff, and this is my beautiful bride, Joy Vergara, who's just retired as a physician of 30 years of taking care of everybody's babies. I'm telling you, she's done a great job. With that to be in mind, tonight we're going to focus on something I think you're going to find very interesting. As you know, the world has really shifted for a couple of different reasons. And one of the things was when I was growing up, if you went and worked somewhere 30 or 40 years for a company, you retired with an extraordinary pension plus Social Security. Those days have kind of disappeared. And quite frankly, you can't count on Social Security. You can't count on your retirement. And you certainly can't count on the 401k plans anymore because they're so sensitive to what the market is doing. And so one of the things I did, I came out of retirement to go back into this because I needed to shore up my continued income. And the reason I needed to, because I didn't trust anything else out there. I've been in this industry for over 25 years full time, retired about 9 years ago, came back out to join up with some of these great leaders here. And what we're going to talk about tonight is making sure these two things need to be in place in order to enjoy your retirement. Even enjoy your life. You've got to have what I consider great health. I'm not mad at doctors. God, I love one. And they'll tell you, a good doctor will, medication is not always the answer. So you won't have to read a list of what we're going to show you tonight, all the things it can do to kill you, make your eyes fall out of your head and all that. There is no disclosure forms on our product. We got great products. We're going to cover that. But I want to get to people who finally figured this thing out and come aboard and they changed their lifestyle. The first person I want to introduce tonight is a good friend of ours now, Chris Doyle. Chris Doyle was hitting it big. I mean, life had it worked out. He was running a major corporation. I'm going to let him tell his story. And then he woke up one day, basically from a change from government alone, changed his whole industry. And I like to say he went from hero to zero in a blink of an eye. And so, Chris, tell us why you're here at partner.co and what it's done for you in your life at this point.
Thank you, Fred. You know, honestly, I had never dreamed that I would be doing this full time for 20 years. And I'm really not working too hard anymore. As you can probably tell from the background, I'm on the water. But this business has really been a life changer. I don't even know what else to say. I didn't really even believe in the industry. Maybe people on here that had that attitude. I didn't believe in it when I began. I didn't know what I didn't know. And yet over 20 years, almost 21 years ago, I started here and in this industry and joined this company a little about 10 years ago. And a long story made short, I was just looking. I needed to make some money. I mean, what else can I say? We could sugarcoat this all the way. I won't tell you that I joined this company because I felt better. I needed to make money. I was looking for an income stream. And we were fortunate enough to be found a good residual income. I mean, I don't know what else to say. I mean, residual something I didn't know anything about. You're right. I did have a big company. I employed over 400 people, and the government made a decision to change, and I lost my business. And I found this industry, and I would never go back. Someone asked me what was the big difference. I said, risk reverses reward. There's no risk here. When I had big companies, I was borrowing money and had overhead. There's no overhead. So there's no way to lose here. The only thing you do is, in the worst case scenario, is just increase your health. But I didn't join for that. So one of the things I guess I try to tell people is that if you're going to live life on your own terms, you got to figure out a way to make money while you're sleeping. That was something I've heard said. I'm like, what's that? But I learned that. I had employees that worked the night shift. Problem was I didn't build residual. And what I learned from this business or this industry was that. And I think one of the things that was really people ask me about, I'm like, it gets hard to work if you don't have to have the money. And that's the best way to describe it. Todd's got a picture pulled up. That's a boat we bought last year. And my wife's sitting on a wave runner. We enjoy the water, but I can do work from here. Why? Because just like I'm doing right now, I got a Zoom, and I got an iPad or an iPhone, and the bottom line is I make more money weekly than the government sends me in Social Security monthly. And there's two of us. I mean, I'm married, so we both of us work and put in Social Security. Go ahead, Todd.
Yeah, this is passive residual income that you're getting ready to see how to build, which means it takes work to build it. They don't pay you for signing up. You got to build it, but But Chris, your weekly income now is not based upon you working now. It's based upon work you did a while back.
That's right. And I think that's what most people don't understand. They want it to be. I heard somebody say once, you work here, and then you get paid, and then you work, and get paid, and then eventually you get paid. And I'll be honest, I don't do a whole lot of work. God gives me a hard time because I have built what we went after, what we wanted. And that was a passive income that continues to pay me. And the truth of the matter is, since the first of the year, I've worked less and my income has gone up. So because of good product line and good things, it's made a difference. But I think the thing I want most people to understand, I was just thinking about that before I came up here, Todd. I was actually returning something from my boat on Amazon. So, I mean, Amazon does basically everything. And the long and short of it is that the bottom line is that, hey, Amazon was nobody. 10 years ago, we never heard of them. And I was just looking at my orders, thinking I bought basically everything from this boat because of that. And yet, I do that right here. Same thing with what we do. It's already $1 trillion industry. Mm-hmm. People already buy what we have. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of that where they're going to buy it. The quality difference here is that we have the highest quality. And I truly believe that. I love that picture right there, Todd. The $10,000 bonuses is you won't hardly see anybody, and all those people that are already successful people in many ways. Let's face it, $10,000 bonus check is not a bad way just because you did a little more, did a little better than somebody else, you worked harder. Our company has a savings plan. So, I'm here for the residual. That's what I'm here for. At 67 years old, I can still work if I want to go out and build it and double it. I could. But I am right now just enjoying the fruits of my labor for what I did the last 20 years. So,
for Chris, for you, for Fred and Joy, our next guest, Gracie and Benny. Gracie and Benny are approaching 80. I think Benny is 78, Gracie 75, I believe. They have also built a passive residual income here. They've won their $10,000 check. You're able, with what you're about to see, you're able to win a vacation here every 6 months. We have conventions. We've got one coming up in Orlando. We've got the ability to win these $10,000 bonus checks. So it's maybe the greatest social business that's ever existed for those people who have grown kids and maybe even grown grandkids, to bring really positive, still upward moving people into your life and give you something to always be excited to be around. And Gracie and Benny are that couple. They just got back from winning a free trip to Mexico. They've got their $10,000 bonus. But Gracie, Benny was a pastor, and your dad was a pastor. So you've been a pastor's daughter and a pastor's wife your whole life. Why are y'all at your age? Why did y'all do this? And maybe why are you still doing it? Because you've got a nice residual bill. I've got a feeling it's probably about like Chris's. Y'all probably make more a week here residually than you do from your Social Security combined monthly.
That is correct, Todd. Thank you for having me on tonight. It is always a delight to share what has happened in our lives. And I guess about 10 years ago, we had stopped pastoring and were working full-time in our business and just working towards retirement. But I realized that I did not have a vehicle for ministry. I was no longer a pastor's wife, and I was asking the Lord, what is my new vehicle? And he brought a lady in the front door of our office that said, I need to talk to Benny and Gracie and show them something. And she said, I've been arguing with the Holy Spirit for 30 minutes that I don't need to go in there and bother those people. They're busy. They're working people. But I finally came and I prayed about it and watched the videos over and over. And the Lord spoke to me and said, this is your new vehicle. I didn't go looking for it. God brought it to me. It has been a big vehicle for a lot of things in my life. The personal growth that you go through in this is just phenomenal. And if I had not done this, and even though I could only go part-time and work it part-time, if I had not, I would not be in this financial freedom place that we are today. The Lord knew where we were headed and knew what was needed, what I needed, and he brought me to this industry. And I'm so thankful for it. And we do have that solid residual income coming. We were able to earn the $10,000 bonus check, and it was such a huge blessing. And knowing that this is here every Friday now, whether we are able to go out and make new money this week or not. We know that the check is going to be there every Friday, and we can just continue to work, and we're working more and more. And Benny is actually becoming a really good social media person. This is brand new for him as well, but it is a joy to be here and to know this industry. We believe it's the best thing on planet Earth that there is to really make a living, because anybody can join it and try it and do it. It just takes a made up mind and a lot of work. And I'm so thankful that we have put in the work, and we are just so blessed, and look forward to the days ahead. We're not stopping. As long as the Lord gives us breath and we're able to carry on, we just want to continue to build. So thank you, Todd.
We're going to give you guys about a 5-minute look at everything and then kind of close it out with a couple more testimonials. But you can do the same thing that Fred, Chris, Gracie, and the others you're about to hear from have done, and that's pay $30 one time for your virtual franchise. And just like Chris, you can work it from a boat. You can, just like Gracie, her and her husband are in Birmingham, a couple hours from home in a hotel. You can work it, or you can work it from home. You can do it however you want to. I'm reminded by young people, this is not a home-based business. It is a phone-based business. You can do everything wherever you're at. And Gracie, who you just heard from, although she lives in Pensacola, Florida, she has business now in about a dozen of these 60 countries that we operate in. And what our company does is it creates, manufactures, and distributes truly the best line of nutritional products that exist on planet Earth. Everything from improved sleep to collagen to hormonal balance. They're all doctor created. They're all backed by science. We have a ton of third-party clinical studies backing them up, so much so that about a dozen of our products have now been put inside the physician desk reference. The product that I think gets a lot of traction with all age groups is our weight loss. And we're going to go now to Miss Patty. She is 73. And Patty, if you don't mind, share your weight loss, but also share why you and Howard are doing this at 73. And as you're doing that, I'm going to flip through 30 or so before and after pictures so everybody can see the before and after pictures with the drops as you're talking. So this is Patty right here. Go ahead, Patty.
Need to unmute.
How about that?
We got you.
Good. All right. As a friend of mine, it was Pam Dodd who told me about the skinny drops. We were having lunch one day. I said, "What are you doing?" And she says, "Oh, these are skinny drops. Has it been 10 minutes? Can I have my second drop?" I said, "I guess so." So she was the first day that she was trying them. And Pam told me she was seeing results. And I said, I need to do that. Now, understand, when you get older, it's harder to lose the weight. And you hear this from all your friends, and it's hormones are out of balance. In fact, your internist may even say, "What hormones? You don't have any hormones now." So they are out of whack. For me, it was phenomenal. When I was taking the drops, I started the 1st of June, and I wasn't so sure it was going to work. I had, well, we'll see. And I was on the drops for a week and a half, and I went to we were going out to an airfield for an air show. Hot. It was June the 11th. Hot. It was Howard's birthday. And I looked for my 100% shorts, cotton shorts. They fit around the waist, but they had big legs. I just like good walking shorts because it's going to be hot out there. I had worn those shorts 10 days before. I came downstairs and I said, "Howard, get your camera. You're not going to believe this. Look at this." And I pulled out my waistband. I was shocked that I had lost so much in 10 days. And then the picture that you showed, that was 3 weeks. And that's 2 pant sizes in 3 weeks. And it's healthy eating. It's homeopathic. There's no stimulants. You feel good. The B12 has done wonders. I just can't recommend a product more than the experience I've had with the skinny drops.
And then why are y'all doing this? Why are you and Howard in your low 70s trying to build another business?
Well, I've got 2 grandkids, and they're, well, as someone's already mentioned, I teach college, and nowhere, anywhere, I don't care how great a teacher you are, they're going to walk in and say, "Hey, I'm going to give you a $10,000 check because you're doing such a great job." That doesn't happen. and I needed more flexibility. My grandkids are growing up. The one's going in middle school, one's going into the 4th grade. And I needed more time. I also needed more flexibility. If you're in a classroom, you don't have that flexibility. You can't just say, hey, I need to take today off. You don't have that. And so I needed flexibility. And I also know that I saw this as an opportunity. The line that says success occurs when opportunity and preparedness meet. I was prepared and I was looking for something that could give me flexibility where I could work my hours. I'm my own boss. And of course, if you're not making money, then look at yourself in the mirror. But there was an opportunity there and the products are great. I had to believe in the products. I believe in MOA. I've had chronic back pain and neck pain for a long time, chronic. And by just bumping it up to 3 MOAs a day, I've had no pain whatsoever since Father's Day when I started the 3 MOAs. So I was a believer in the products. And then I had to believe in the company and the integrity of the company. That was important to me. And I have found every encounter I've had, I have these friendships I've developed are just so dear to me. And it's a good fit. It's a good fit.
So Patty briefly mentioned our MOA, which is 36 superfoods in a little liquid pouch. Anything that is inflamed, from eczema to gout to rheumatoid to arthritis to old sporting injuries, you name it. This is a real miracle product that brings inflammation down big time. We're not going to go in depth on that tonight. Just know that MOA is a great combination with the Slenderize for people that do want to lose weight, because when you get that inflammation down, you'll find yourself just naturally moving more. MOA is also tremendous for athletic performance, not to include getting those 36 superfoods in your body that nutrify you at the cellular level. It's going to promote sleep, energy, and just an overall feeling better. Like I said, we have 100 products. We're not going to go into them all tonight. Just know that that if you are here tonight for the very first time, the person that invited you, you can buy a product from them. But we really want you to be in business with us for $30 and have your own virtual franchise. And if you are in that retirement age, shore up your retirement, add to it, get around positive people, have something to look forward to, win free vacations. To do that, to get fully qualified and get paid here 52 times a year every Friday and get a 30% discount on all the products. After you pay your $30, you just need to get your business qualified. If weight loss is the goal, one of our favorite packs is 4 boxes of drops. Use one of them yourself and then sell the other 3 and get all of your money back. And now you got a completely free business. But Hill and Diane, you're coming up right here. And Hill and Diane, I believe, hopefully your picture is here somewhere. There you are. So Hill and Diane, you guys are there in North Alabama. So share a little bit about why you guys are doing it. I think I've heard the story one time before that somebody cut your retirement in half right at retirement age.
Mm-hmm. Well, we were kind of like Gracie about 10 years ago. We had been praying for a way to make extra money because I was a stay-at-home mom. We drove kind of old clunker type of cars, and we never had money to go on family vacations, and we just pretty much live from paycheck to paycheck. And that's just not a fun way to live. And then fast forward a number of years.
Unknown caller. Fast forward a number of years, when I retired from General Motors, after I retired, went to work for another company. Well, probably about 4 or 5 years after I retired, General Motors cut my retirement more than 50%. You know, they went into bankruptcy and everything. And so we were just praying for something else. A friend shared this industry and we just wanted more. You know, we got 7 grandkids, 4 kids. And so, you know, you need that money, and we wanted more money to, you know, after all the kids were out of the home, we wanted more money. And by doing what we're doing now, we can do things with the kids, the grandkids, and we just wanted more money out of life because we love to travel. And just with everything going, even in the economy now, it's just made a difference in our income and in our life. And just really excited. I'm 69, Diane's 67. So, you know, what Social Security you get is not going to get much better.
Yeah. So Fred, come on back in with us now, and I'll let you kind of close this out and ask anybody questions that you would like to. And Anthony, if you
Yes,
don't
sir.
mind, let's go ahead and put up, yeah, Patty and Chris and Hill and Diane. Yeah, thank
Well,
you.
thank you. First of all, I think it's what's really taking place here is shoring up your future, is making sure that two things: better health and better wealth. Let me say that again: better health and better wealth. I've learned one thing recently, a few years ago: if your health goes, so does your wealth. Let me say that again: if your health gets in trouble, I promise you, your wealth will get in trouble as well. So I've learned you've got to have a real strong balance on both of those. You got to do the best that you can with what you got. And what do we got? The best products on planet Earth, in my personal opinion. We're in 50 nations. Think about that for a minute. From my cell phone, your cell phone, you can be in another country within seconds, talking to people from here to the Philippines, you name it.
Fred, you did it. Like Joy is a retired pediatrician, and
Yeah.
first person she's shipping products to is I'm not even smart to pronounce it, a neurosurgeon in the Philippines. Products are en route right now from Los Angeles, California to the doctor that Joy did a Zoom with. So it's that quick to another country.
Yes, it just happens. So with that being in mind, here's what I know. I was just thinking the other day, my son was asking me a question. I actually got an increase in my Social Security this year, but then they turned around and done some adjustments, and I actually take $735 home less than I did before they gave me the increase. The big print giveth and the little print taketh away. That's all. That's the way it works. But thank God I don't have to depend on it. I like it. I'll keep spending it as long as I keep sending it. But I see people like Paul Taylor on here and some others. Man, this is just an amazing company. There's changing lives. Here's a guy who's in the physical therapy business, and he's working hard and he's creating activity all over the world. It's just amazing what's taking place here. So this is an opportunity for you to let me just break this down. $29.95. I have to ask yourself, what if it doesn't work? It's only $29.95, and that's a lifetime entry fee. I have paid a fortune to be involved in businesses before, and $29.95 wouldn't have covered. Chris, what did you say recently, just before this call? What did it cost you, if you're still with us, to fill up the tank on that boat of yours, the fuel the other day?
I wasn't empty, but I did buy $1,100. So did I have to unmute? I'm good. I bought $1,100 worth of fuel. Yeah, I bought $1,100 worth of fuel the other day. I wasn't out, but we were about half the tank. So, but I think the most important thing you said there, Fred, was that the income comes in regularly, and Social Security just won't do it anymore. If those people if you think Social Security is going to be good enough, it's just not. We can lose it. We don't have to worry. I take it, but it's just not much money. You don't realize how little it is until you start trying to pay bills. And of course, we can probably survive, but there's a difference in surviving and living. And our goal was to retire on a boat. I'm going to live here all the time, but I have got it where I can stay on when I want to. That's for sure.
Hill, I saw you shaking your head to that. It's the difference between surviving and living, and retirement. Some people they don't get to live anymore. They just survive. Yeah.
Well, I think we're designed to thrive. I think the God didn't make anybody just to get by. If that's what's happening in your life, wonderful. But we are designed to thrive. And I'm excited about that. I think we have the right company again. Timing. Let's talk about that real quick, if you don't mind, Tom. We got the greatest products. We got doctors all over the world, including my own here, all endorsing these products for a reason, because no doctor would put their name to something that was going to cause them problems. Think about that. We have products with patents on it. I don't know if you understand what a patent means in this industry. It has to do what it says it does, not one time, but all the time, Todd, all the time, or you can't maintain that patent and you'll lose it. We've got patent pending on products, and we got products with patents on them already. That separates us right there from the crowd. This separates us for what's hanging at the CVS grocery store, or the buy 5 for $1.98 synthetics. This separates us from the crowd because we are game changers here. We're changing lives. We're changing health. And I wish we had more time to really cover some of the health of victory stories, but I do know this. They're there. Get with the person who invited you tonight. Back to Todd here. But And if you don't do anything else, thank them, because they loved you enough to invite you. And they thought enough of you. They were concerned about your future, perhaps, because everybody needs to be, they're thinking about it every day. I pulled into the gas station today and I couldn't believe it went up another 20 cents from last week. It is what it is. But guess what? Some people's income didn't go up 20 cents a gallon today, and it won't go up tomorrow. It's up to you and I to get engaged in a way to create that activity and that income.
I got one last question for you guys, because not that to call y'all my parents' age, but y'all are all my parents' age. And, you know, my parents don't get out a lot anymore. Like if we don't go see them, they don't really see anybody, especially my dad. And so talk to me just a minute about this business at y'all's age, the social network, the travel, the conventions, the vacations, the positive people that you otherwise would have never met. Can each one of you just say a little bit about that?
If I could, where were we today, Joy? Triple Bear?
Triple A,
Planning what?
our trips.
Road trips. We just bought a brand new RV. That thing is sweet as it can be. And so we're planning not only a trip to Tennessee and Nashville, then we're coming to Florida, baby, loaded up with bear. We can't wait to get there. And so we might even buzz by your house and blow the horn, Todd. I don't know. So we're going to have fun.
Don't come to
doing
my
that.
house. I'll be jumping in that RV.
Come on, buddy. But so that's freedom. See, it's one thing to have money, but if you don't have time, what good is money? I know I got relatives got lots of money, but they have no time. And I've got relatives with a whole lot of time, but they ain't got no money. And that's another issue by itself. That's a problem that you don't want to have in life. I like that balance, money and time. And so we got plans. We're going to Israel in November. I mean, we got plans coming. Talked about Egypt, and we even mentioned Iceland today. Here's what I know. If we're doing business there, we're planning to go there. That's what I know. Back to you guys.
Tax deductible, you know, it's your mileage, it's 100% of your lodging, it's 50% of your food, building business in all these places. So it's,
Yes, sir.
how nice is it to have the money to travel and the ability to write out upon your taxes? So Chris?
Well, you know, that's my favorite part. I love the social part. I have to travel and get to write it off my taxes too. Haven't been on a vacation in 10 years, but we've been a whole lot of places.
Yeah, my dad told me you were not going to be happy with the new tax laws in your boat, because they did change up the events, the whatever it's called, when the entertainment taxes are got changed this past year. So I know you bought the boat with the intention of filling it up with reps every weekend.
Yeah, that's not going to work out quite as well as we anticipated, but here's the good part. With the government, you never know if they're going to change the rules. Like they said, they changed the Social Security. It doesn't matter, because if you built a big business, and I have the ability to go back and do some more work, and I could. I'd just taken some time off. But you know, what you said, and most people miss, is I built it's like you, Todd, we have friends all over the world. It's hard to put that into words. I mean, I didn't know Hill and Diane until last year. A couple of years ago, we met because of this industry.
You can't put it into words.
You have to experience it.
The best friends that you're going to have in your life are going to be met here.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Todd and I met from this industry. And then, and now, it's like Fred, I didn't know him. And I didn't know, and I'm just now meeting Patty. I've met her once, but I don't really talk to her much. And I didn't realize, that blew my mind to find to tell me you're over 70. But the thing about it is that the products work, but there's a rich income availability and the ability to travel that you can't explain. And until you experience it, and the most important thing I can tell anybody is that I think you just said that, Fred, for $29.95, you can lock in the tax breaks if you don't want to build a business. That's just the bottom line. There's just no risk here. My businesses all took risks that I had in the past. So there's high risk.
Well, we won't belabor it. If you are here or somebody has sent you this video tonight and listen, you can be 18 and join us. But tonight we were kind of specifically talking to those people that are either at retirement age or just past it, wanting to shore that up, looking for more social fun in their life, more positive people in their life, more travel in their life. And this is it, $30, hop in here and start meeting people and building an income in your life. And then we didn't talk a lot about the products, but obviously the older you are, the more likely it is you've got some rust in your body. So these products will get that rust out, extra weight, everything. So it is, it's a win-win-win. But
Todd,
Fred,
may I ask-
go ahead, Patty.
I do want to say this, that I had been praying, and it wasn't a vanity thing. It was, Lord, restore my youth, because I feel like to be a spiritual warrior, you got to feel like a warrior. You've got to fight the good fight. And when you have pain in your body, you lose efficiency. You're sitting in a chair with rice bag on your neck or a heating pad. And Chris said something about, you can have this money, but if you don't have the help to enjoy it, what good is it? And for us to be at our best at all times, whatever destiny lies before us, these products did it for me. And I thank the good Lord for these products. I really do.
That's awesome, Patty. Awesome, awesome. Hill, Diane, thank you. Dr. Joy, Fred, thank you. Chris, just get back with the person that sent you this video and they'll get you all set up in your new virtual franchise. Be blessed.
Good night.
Night.
Good night.